All right, it's 4 p.m., a little bit early tonight on a Sunday night, which means Sunday night is Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers live from Eddie's Bar and Grill in beautiful Dunedin, Florida. We're doing the 4 o'clock show tonight so that we can watch all and enjoy the Lightning game at 5 p.m. tonight as we play the Red Wings. It's going to be a great night. We have a watch party here at Eddie's Bar and Grill starting at 5 p.m. Lots of prizes, lots of fun, lots of Lightning. So let's start off the show. What do you got, Joe?
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show, Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers live here in Eddie's Bar and Grill, which we do every Sunday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. However, today we are doing a little something different today so we can enjoy the watch party, and we are raffling off a Steven Stamkos puck. So come on down and get a signed Steven Stamkos puck, just like last night when we had the watch party last night. Somebody won the Nikita Kucherov puck, which was pretty awesome, and it was that's exactly what he wanted too. He wanted that puck.
Yeah, he said his three top favorites were Nikita Kucherov, Steven Stamkos, and of course my favorite, Braden Point. Gotta love it, Mr. 21 himself.
Yeah, and you know you have to love the faces and everything, the smiles, just the fact that he did win the puck and everything. You know, he was all excited and happy and everything.
That's fantastic.
So. Yeah, so, we're having another raffle tonight, so hopefully, that'll get underway once the watch party starts.
Well, what are we raffling tonight?
The Steven Stamkos signed
Steven
puck.
Stamkos signed. Look at that.
Yeah.
2 out of the top 3. Look at that.
Yep. So, it's going to be a good night, and thanks for watching, everybody. We got a really good show, as always. Tampa Bay Lightning being the subject matter, of course, as always.
Well, is there anything else?
Yeah. Not that I know of.
No, it's Lightning or other hockey.
Yes. 2 little things before I get into the Lightning stuff. One, we want to put the thoughts and prayers for Ryan Johnson's family. Ryan Johnson worked at Gino's, my favorite pizza place here locally. And Ryan was passed away on the 2nd. But we just caught wind of it a couple of days ago. Actually, I found out Friday. And he had died on Tuesday. So we want to wish the family of Ryan Johnson all our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, definitely.
Really, really good server. Always served me a pie, which was delicious, and made sure that I was hooked up when I came in there. So sorry for your loss. Gino's and the community. Also want to give a shout out to Austin Suarez, one of my new friends that I just made. We're going to be talking business and how the Thunderstrikers and his business can work together on projects in the future.
Well, that's fantastic. We do a lot more than just do the podcast on Sunday nights and other nights when we have special things going on, and we all enjoy the Bolts, but we try to give back to the community. Joe has taken it upon himself to really spearhead a toy drive. It used to be annual. Now it's actually biannual, where we do a Toys for Tots, kind of like fill the basket and make sure that kids have a good Christmas. And in the summertime when there's not a lot of holidays and there's not a lot to do and they're not feeling real good about themselves, we try to give them back at the same time and put a little joy in their lives. So hats off to you, Joe, always, for a great job that you do for the community as well as this show. What are you touching? Stop touching things. All right. Hey, I got a great... Hey, Thomas, how you doing? Hello, guys. Good to see you. I know it's going to be early. Hopefully we'll have a bunch of people join in tonight. We kind of posted it at the last minute that we're going to start early tonight. However, we all want to watch the Bolts, and we don't want to sit here and stare at a TV screen, which is, on the other side of the camera, while you're just looking at dead air while we just go Bolts.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, what happened? We'll tell you in a minute, kind of thing. So,
yeah.
Hey, so it's been an eventful week. 3 games this week, Joe. A little bit of a heartache, but a lot of happiness. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, well, we all start out. Here we go with Boston.
Oh, boy.
And,
now, this is the first Boston. Okay. Out of the 5 games that were played, we lost this one, right?
This was the only loss we played them 4 times and we beat them 3 out of 4.
That's correct. Unfortunately, it was here in Amalie Arena.
Yeah.
If you're listening, yes, you're right. Your Bruins happened to win this one.
Thank you, ref.
Yes. The
offside
gold star
call was absolutely pathetic, and I pointed that out in my raid against the refs as always.
Well,
come on. Offside's my butt.
yeah, not only has it become an issue there, it actually now has become a thing NHL-wide.
Yeah.
That was finally the straw that broke the camel's back, the catalyst to go ahead and change some of the rules on that. So
It's
it looks
funny
like
how
picking up a
after-
skate's not going to get it.
It's funny, after that night, right away after,
Yeah.
is when they decided that they were going to change things.
Well, when the top two the top 2 teams in the league are playing, and it comes down to a mistake call like that, NHL is going to take notice. And fortunately, they did in this case. So
Yeah.
hopefully something will get changed, if not this year, then next at least.
Yeah, don't think that they don't review these things.
Oh,
and, and they look bad when, things like this happen. And they don't take any action. The fans are going to react harshly to that.
Yep. And I'll tell you, there's going to be a lot of backlash on some of these Boston players come Monday when player safety starts to review some of these plays. Maybe hurting us too a little bit, but we'll see what happens.
Out of control.
Out of control, yep.
Well, this was kind of a mild game compared to what we seen last night.
Hey, Valerie.
Yeah. First period, 1905, Brad Marchand, the Rat himself,
Oh, God.
got them on the board, 1-0 Boston.
Yep.
Then we go into the second period.
So the whole period, we didn't do much. It's like
Yeah.
we didn't even show up for this game, and it was really sad to watch.
It really was, considering that the first 2 games of the series went into overtime, and we won both of them.
Yeah.
So they scored at 10:05, and we were down 2-0.
Yep.
But Mitchell Steffens,
Mitchell
with his
Stevens.
third goal of the season at 17:28, assisted by Mr. Do-Nothing, Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson.
And Barclay Goodrow.
Yes, Barclay Goodrow. My goodness, he is. I think he's really going to be one of our shining stars as he progresses through this entire season and into next. I'm looking forward to seeing that. By the way, here's my post lightning strike. There you go, folks. That was for the score. You'll get more of those, but unfortunately, technical difficulties prevailed.
There'll be more.
Always.
And of course, no goals in the third period. And
Nothing.
that was the final 2-1.
Yeah, it wasn't a real barn burner there, but we make up for it.
That was terrible.
Yes.
We could have won that game if the referee would have made the right call on that offside.
It could have been 2-2.
We would have been going into overtime.
That's correct.
But instead, it gave them the 2-1 victory.
Yep.
Okay, on to the road we go to Montreal.
Montreal. Let's go to Canada and enjoy it up there for a minute here.
So we go to Canada and we play the Habs, a team that we have defeated 3 straight times.
Yes.
And this was game 4, the last game of the series. We opened up in the first period, 49 seconds.
49 seconds. I barely sat down watching this game, and all of a sudden, who jumps in?
Victor
Hedman!
It is 10th.
Yes, right off the bat. Nice job.
10 goals for Victor Hedman.
Especially for a defenseman. I mean, he's one of the top defensemen in the league, scoring and playing in general.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, just fantastic. He's one of our better assets here.
Okay. All right, so that was 49
Plus, he does a
seconds
great
into
car
the game.
commercial.
Yes, he does. 1-0. 12:40. Alex. Hello.
Color.
It is 25th of the season, assisted by Mr. Do Everything and Do All, Anthony Sorelli.
Yes, Anthony. I'll tell you what. He's become my wife's absolute favorite player. She loves to watch him on the ice,
Yeah.
and I do too. He's a go-getter. He's a charger. He's a team player. He's willing to take the hits. He's willing to really go up against the big guys. And hats off to Anthony. My player of the week. What the heck? Until things change.
Okay, so we move along here into the second period. We got 1 goal in the second, and that was at 18:55. But who else but our leading in everything, in every category.
Here we go.
Nikita
Kucherov.
Number
Yes.
32 on the
You know, I have to eat my words
season.
because I was kind of trashing old Nikita on Sunday last week.
You were.
Yes. And his last couple games have just been phenomenal. Not only in his shooting, not only in his scoring, not only in his passing ability, his puck handling. Oh, my goodness. It just goes on and on. He's just a force to be reckoned with, and it's so glad to see him out there. And Nikita, if you're listening, I know you're not, but if you are, I apologize, and there we go.
I like a man that steps it up.
That's right.
Step it up. Okay, so that is the end of the second period.
Yes.
And we're already ahead, 3-0, and it looked really
That's always
good.
a nice way to be 3-0.
Yes.
Hey, folks. Hey, I like your shirt.
Yes.
That's right.
We have some audience here.
Yes. That's all right. I'll tell you, I was a Pee Wee Sabre when I first started. Yes, I'm born in Buffalo, and it's always a tough day when the Lightning play the Sabres, but I'm still a Lightning fan, true and true. But I got to give props to the Sabres. So got to give props to them, and my wife has to give props for tonight, so we'll talk about that too. Good to see you guys, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got people already coming in for the watch party.
You here for the watch party?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, we have a watch party tonight starting at 5 p.m. with the game. We're going to be auctioning off pucks, and hopefully we'll be able to get a gift card shortly from Eddie's here. Eddie's always sponsored the watch party for us lately, and it's always a fun time. Hopefully, guys will stay here for the game. Awesome. Yeah,
All
we're getting
right,
people.
come on
People
by.
are starting to trickle in for the watch party here tonight at
Yeah.
Eddie's Bar and Grill. A lot of fun. Definitely come in and join us if you get a chance. And if not, just watch the game and have a good time.
Third period now, 18:57.
Here we go.
Victor.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Victor Hedman is just – you can't say enough good things about Victor. You really can't.
Number 11 on the season.
Yes,
On the power play.
of course.
And, well, lately, it's been, of course, but not before then.
That's right. Oh, true. Well, true, but the power play's been picking up. The penalty kill's been picking up.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what Cooper said. Cooper was kind of angry a little bit
Yeah, I wonder why.
last couple games. And I think it may have trickled into the players back there when he had a few words of prayer.
Yeah, and my boy, one of my boys,
Yes.
Pat Maroon,
Pat
stepped
Maroon.
up and said, "Hey guys, we're playing like crap.
Thank
We
God
need
for that beard,
we
Pat.
need to get going, and we need to play like we can."
Yes.
He really took.
Pat,
really.
You have taken a leader. You and Kevin Shattenkirk have taken a leadership role that we never thought we'd see that quickly from new players coming in. Pat, keep the beard forever. You look good with it, and it seems to drive the team forward. So don't get rid of the beard. But
Not only that,
my 2 cents.
Not only that, but he is the only Bolts player that has a Stanley Cup.
That's correct.
So there
He's
you
a
go.
Blues.
Stats, facts, and figures.
That's how it goes.
Okay, the assist by Kevin Shattenkirk.
Kevin Shattenkirk. I love
and
Kevin.
Yanni
Gord. We all love Yanni. I'll tell you what,
He's
Yanni
really
finally
stepping
got
up
out of
now.
his slump, and he's really been showing his worth.
Yep.
Good to see him back.
He's stepping
I
up.
was kind of concerned he may be crunching it, and thank goodness he has stepped up and has redeemed himself for the season already.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he'll keep that same track record going and that fuel and that fire and keep bringing us ahead.
And some notes on these
Yes.
couple of games. Mr. Kucherov has 50-plus assists in 3 straight seasons.
Wow.
Kaloran with his 48th point of the season, a new season high for him, and that was even before last night. Of course, he scored. Point has 259 points in his career, tied with
Amazing.
Chris Gratton for 13th place on the all-time scoring list. Well, he moved up another notch and moved ahead of Chris Gratton after last night.
That's correct.
Vasi now has 21 career shutouts. Shattenkirk with his 300th career assist. Goodrow won 8 of 11 face-offs, 5 hits and 4 shots in one of the games. He is proven to be a real asset to this team.
Yes.
And, of course, Hedman, 7 years of 10-plus goals a season.
Just amazing.
It really is amazing how these guys set these records.
However, you know what we should do? We should fire Cooper.
Yeah, yeah. Let's fire Cooper. The man, during his whole entire tenure, if you look at when he started, 90 points plus.
That's correct.
Every
single year.
And you want to fire Cooper? Get the hell out of here.
And let's don't forget, we may be in second place in our division,
which is fine.
But we are tied for first in our division of number of wins.
Yes.
We are second in the entire league. Actually, we're tied for first in the entire league for number of wins.
Yep.
And we're second in the league for points.
And how many teams have soundly defeated Boston?
Not many. 4 out of 5 times, you mean?
Season.
3
out of 4. 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4, excuse me. All right.
Wow, it's just incredible. You know, they won 11 in a row.
That's correct.
Then they lost 4 in a row. And during that 4 in a row that they lost, they gave up 21 goals in 4 games.
Yep.
But if you look at the last 3 games before last night, and we're going to cover last night in a few, since then, game 1, they beat Calgary 4-3, in which they gave up 3 goals.
Yeah.
Game 2, they only gave up 2 goals to Boston.
Amazing.
And game 3, a complete shutout over the Habs.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
So right away, you're starting to see that they're just making the adjustments for the defense.
Yep.
And there's a lot more adjustments coming, folks, because now, as I'm going to cover later, you know, you're going to have changes on the D lines.
Yes. And you know what? I don't think change is a bad thing these days. The Bolts have learned to adapt to the change. They had a little trouble with it at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. We all saw that with a little bit of a slow start. And, you know, if you look back at it, if we had won those 4 games, we would be at over 100 points. We'd be the first team this year. We'd be in the President's Trophy again.
We don't want that. And
we had a slow start. We had a horrible October, November, December.
Yeah.
And still are where we're at today.
Yeah.
Guys, that's unheard of. That's just unheard of.
Exactly.
Be happy that you are a Bolts fan because you are a member of an elite hockey team that is just basically unstoppable at this point.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, how you doing? You want to go on to the last night?
I can't wait to go on to last night. I'm so excited to go on to last night. What do you want to do comments first? We got a lot of comments here.
Go ahead.
All right, so Valerie says hi, of course. Hey, Valerie.
Hey, Valerie.
Rich Mendoza says victory for the elites. That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, Victory Hedman, which I like. You know, I like that. Richard, I love that. Victory Hedman.
Yeah,
that's a great way to call it there.
It definitely fits.
He said Marchand getting
the big rat.
Bang Bang was the best. Shar getting dropped not once but twice was priceless. Yes.
Yeah.
Just to give you a quick background, last night, unfortunately, I was not here for the watch party. I victim of the flu, and thank God I'm feeling better, a little bit at least, and getting a lot better by the minute, thank goodness. But, yeah, the game was blacked out at my house. Spectrum blacked it out. NHL.com blacked it out. Everybody blacked it out. So we had to listen to it on the radio.
Which is a great thing because you got Dave Michigan.
Oh yeah, we got Michigan. It was fantastic. The calls were fantastic.
Of course.
But just getting it to be able to picture this game in our head, but missing probably one of the best physical games in NHL history.
Let me point one thing out.
Really
there.
killed us last night.
When was the last time you heard Rick Peckham, who's been in this industry for 45 years? He called out the refs last night.
Yes, he did. It was amazing. He was actually amazing.
He
and we'll
did.
talk about a little bit about the penalties.
Love that.
I've got some of all things. I actually have stats today about penalties from from yesterday's game and some of the interesting things that I found on it. But going along the comments, we have Rich. Boy, Richard, you're all over today. I'm glad to have. I have serious questions. What's your question, Rich? Oh, can you say pigs in space with God's voice? You mean pig? Oh, sorry, pigs in space. Yeah, that's just for you, Richard. Yeah, I found this little FX thing about halfway through the season this year, and I have to say, I like it. All right, so and I'll throw this for you too. All right, so that's my toys.
Okay.
Give Jeff his toys. It's pretty much over with. So let's go. Let's talk about this third game because now I'm all excited. I'm all charged up because I know what we're going to talk about, and I can't wait.
I wanted to brag a little bit about my boy Maroon winning the fight against the big man.
Everybody. He wins everybody. I mean, come on. It's Pat Maroon.
Maroon beat up Chara.
Yeah.
Well, he knocked him down.
Yeah.
But still, that's a win.
That was a heck
It's
of a win.
He smothered him.
Yeah, Pat Maroon, or as we like to know him as the Mountain with a beard.
I love it.
He is just a monster on the ice, and we're getting more and more. One of the things we lacked last year, and it was a big deal, and it cost us, we think it cost us, was we were too nice. We did not
hit back.
We did not stand up for ourselves. We took the hits. When it came to the finals, we just played like we'd been playing all year, and it bit us. Now we're fighting back. Now, of course, because we're fighting back, every message board on every other team is like, oh, the Lightning, they're such bullies. Oh, the Lightning, they're such dirty players. No, we're just actually standing up for ourselves, and we're actually fighting back for what we deserve. And it's really interesting to see that now that the tables have turned and we're actually being an aggressive team like we should have been, people are all crying, oh, my goodness, I don't know what to do. The Lightning, they're such bullies. Yeah, because your team can't handle us. Not only are we the best on the ice, we're also being aggressive. So now we're a serious threat, which can't be denied.
Yeah, seriously. All right, so let's get it going.
Here we go.
Period.
First period.
5:08, Anthony Cirelli. 16th goal of the season, and you know what? He's going to be another 20-goal scorer.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Add him to the list.
Definitely.
He's got 16 on a shorthanded goal. It's 1-0, and then
right away. 6-10. Now, Joe, just so you know, I'm still trying to get this on TV. I can't even get the damn game on. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out, okay, now I'm going to have to go to the radio. By the time I even get to the radio on, it's already 2-0.
Yeah.
Because of the second goal.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mikhail Sergachev is 10th.
Miguel Sergachev.
Number 10 for him, shorthand. Assisted by Yanni
Gord. Gotta love it. Again, Yanni Gord.
2-0 at the end of the first period.
So now we've basically told Boston, here we are.
Yep, come and get us.
Come get us. We're going to play hard.
It's on.
It's on.
You want to fight? We'll fight you.
You know, you may have given us a little bit of a tiff in Tampa, but we're going to show you who's boss. So here we go.
I love it. Okay, second period. Miguel. Oh, no, wait.
No.
Cedric Paquette. His 7th. Assisted by the Boogeyman.
Yes.
And Braden Colburn.
Yes, Colburn. Excuse me.
650. That was 650.
Yes.
3-0 Bolts.
Yes.
They got one back at 1450.
Yeah, we'll give them one.
That punk McVoy.
Yeah, whatever.
Charlie McVoy.
Nobody cares.
3-1. 3-2 at 1837. The puck did go in the net. There was no controversy there.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can look at it. I saw the view after and everything. It did. Yeah. It's a goal. Fine. But, guys, don't be such dicks about it in Boston. Yes, you got a goal. Good cheer. Don't be pains in the butt. That's all. Well, all I'm saying.
You got to remember, this is Masshole.
Yeah, this is true.
Third period. Here we go.
1
minute, 8 seconds. Alex
Killor.
Number 26 on again. The power play.
Look at that. What happened to, we can't score on power plays.
Yeah.
We can now.
So Sergey and Braden Point.
Braden.
4-2. 4-2. Pasternak, another punk, scored his 48th on the power play at 6:37, made it 4-3.
And that was not a power play that should have happened.
Yeah, well,
because
we know that.
We'll talk about the refs in a minute.
We
but
know that.
The power play should not have happened in that case because that was just a bench minor to turn things over to us.
You know why it was a bench minor?
Enlighten me because nobody can figure it out.
Lightning Richards, the coach, got ejected from the game.
Yes, but no one can tell me exactly what he did so bad
I don't know. Maybe
to
he
get
cursed,
ejected.
Maybe he cursed the referee. Maybe he dropped a few F-bombs.
You mean that's better than one of the Bruins players pushing the referee to get to a Lightning player to start a fight?
Yes. I've seen
We
many.
all saw that too, and nobody called the push on the referee, which hopefully they will on Monday, and they'll can his ass or give him at least a
And forget
big
about
fine.
and forget about the shot to Tyler Johnson that was not called, where he was bloody.
Straight shot to Tyler Johnson.
How about the Braden Point one where he knocked him out
Amazing.
on the ice?
Yeah.
Nothing called.
Nothing at
Nothing.
all. Nothing.
Well, we're going to get into that referee.
Yeah,
trust me on
debacle.
that. 1858 to cap off this victory. So good.
Here we go.
Nikita
Kucherov. He's gonna get two.
Unassisted at
Amazing.
33rd goal.
All right.
Nikita's going to have 40 goals.
Oh yeah. Now here's what I love about Nikita. He read that play. Just basically took the puck. Not even an excuse me. Just took the puck and said, "You know what? I'm going to put this in goal." And he did it. It's amazing. His takeaway was almost picture perfect. And again, my apologies to Nikita for what I had said before. So Richard says, win earned without Hedman, Stamkos, and McDonough. Boston fans are so angry right now. Of course they are, because we are, and we've talked about this before, we are a team of depth. We can play without our big stars. We can play without some of the big forwards and the big defense guys.
We're so good of a team.
Because we have built, thanks to Cooper and his team and
JVB.
JVB. There you go, JVB, of course. They've built, and of course Vinnick, they've built a strong, deep team. Didn't throw all their money into one guy. My goodness, what was that? Didn't throw all our money into one thing, in one guy, and three top players and hope for the best, and the rest of them just kind of follow the leader. We have built a depth of not only great players, but great leaders. Stamkos can't be out there. You know, you put Alex Killorn in the leadership position. Victor Hedman can't be out there. You put Kevin Shattenkirk in the leadership position from behind the line. You have such a great, rounded team of players and leaders. It's almost unthinkable that we might not get the cup this year. Knock on wood.
Yeah, well, when you consider, again, I have to bring this up because, it's been very quiet. The morons that said in the beginning of the season, in the middle of the season, that John Cooper needs to be fired. Well, let's look at something here. A very interesting stat, being that I'm the captain of the stats. Interesting to note that the Bolts have 91 points already.
Yes.
And
7 behind Boston. Who cares?
7 behind. Who cares? They have surpassed 90 points for the 7th consecutive season. And who's the coach under those seasons?
Cooper? It's amazing that Cooper is the coach, because of course he is.
Yeah.
Now, Richard says he did see the cursing of the ref. Okay, well, again, Rich, thanks. I couldn't see it. Thanks for rubbing it in. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's. I'm going to watch it, actually. This is a game that my wife and I are actually going to sit down and watch on Monday night because it looked like it was such a good game. Even though we know the outcome, and we even discussed if we had lost that game, which we didn't, of course. We were still going to watch it just to see everything that happened during it and dissect it. So it should be an interesting Monday evening for my wife and I to watch it. We'll have our own little watch party.
Oh, that's going to be great.
Clothing optional. I'm just kidding. There'll be clothing.
That's scary.
I know, isn't it?
And on top of everything else, and here's a nice little, before we get into the halfway point, the Bolts gave Boston just their 4th regulation loss at home.
Yes.
That is impeccable.
It's amazing.
Is
all right,
that
Rich.
not great?
This is the best rumor I've heard yet. This is a total rumor. It's a total rumor. Someone said something like, "Hey, ref, why don't you get on your knees and because you're blowing this game?" That's a great rumor. I hope that was what was said. If you're going to get ejected for such a fantastic comment. You got to love it. But oh well. All right, so it's the 4:30 mark. It's halfway through. We're going to thank Eddie's Bar and Grill. fantastic place to get some food, drinks, enjoy yourself. Fantastic wings. You had the wings tonight, right?
I did.
Yes, you had the wings. I had the burger. We kind of switched up. Usually I'm the wing guy here, but I decided to have a burger.
I had
the burger was
I had a burger last night at the watch party.
very, very good. My tummy can't handle the wings yet, but the burger was fantastic. Came with fries, all loaded up, pretty much under $11, which is really a great deal out here.
Yeah.
So you got hot wings, you got cold drinks, you got great service staff, friendly people here, and a great environment right down by the water in Dunedin. Come on down and check out Eddie's Bar and Grill. Have a great time. Mention the Lightning, and they'll give you special treatment. I don't know what they'll do, but they'll give you special treatment. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So we'd also like to thank all our friends out here who have been watching. We've been joined by, we pretty much talked about most of them, but Noah, Victoria, Susan. Great to see you guys. Tiffany, Kathy, Valerie, of course, John, and Thomas. Great to have you guys on board tonight. If you guys want to give us a call and say hello, comments and questions, give us a call at 727-474-8786. That number is 727-474-8786. Don't forget, at 5 p.m. tonight, we're going to have the watch party where we'll be auctioning off, through a raffle, a Steven Stamkos signed puck. Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, that's a fantastic little gift right there.
Yeah, last night was too with the Kucherov puck.
Oh, yes. Kucherov puck one night, Stamkos puck the next night.
Mm-hmm.
Tickets are $1 per ticket, so it's 5 for 5, 10 for 10, or you can get 25 tickets for only $20. You can save yourself 10% right there.
Yeah.
And come on down and enjoy the watch party. So let's talk more about the Lightning.
Sergachev, again, with a goal and assist, and he played 28.40 minutes.
My goodness.
Because of the Hedman injury, which I will update everybody with before we go off the air.
Okay, good. All right. Well, Joe, printed out my own stats today because I found this so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This is penalties in last night's game. Now, I gave you 2 pages of the scoring for 3 total games.
Correct.
I have in my hand 2 pages of just the penalties in last night's game. You got Goodrow, 2 minutes for elbowing. Wagner, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Goodrow, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Wagner, 5 minutes for fighting. Goodrow, 5 minutes for fighting. Coburn, 2 minutes for hooking. Lawson, 2 minutes for interference. Sorelli, 2 minutes for roughing. Marchand, 2 minutes for roughing. The bench, game misconduct, oops. Served by Palat. Pat Maroon, 5 minutes for fighting. Yay, Pat. Cernak, 10 minutes for misconduct. Shara, 5 minutes for fighting. Curley, 10 minutes for misconduct. Another delay of game by the Lightning. Marchand, 2 minutes for slashing. Coleman, 10 minutes for misconduct. And Ritchie, 10 minutes for misconduct. We haven't even gotten to the third period yet. Kucherov gets 2 minutes for cross-checking. Bergeron, delay of game. Bergeron, roughing. Goodrow, roughing. Stevens, roughing. Krug, roughing. Casse, embellishment, which I thought was fantastic. I can't believe they actually gave an embellishment penalty against the Bruins. Weird. And Johnson, 2 minutes for hooking. So, I actually tallied up the numbers here. First period, 11 minutes Tampa, 9 minutes Bruins. Second period, 29 minutes Tampa, 29 minutes Boston. Third period, 8 minutes Tampa, 8 minutes Boston. For a grand total of Tampa Bay got 48 total minutes of penalties. Boston got 46 minutes of total penalties for a total of 94 minutes of penalties in a 60-minute game. Now, come on, guys. That means that Tampa Bay had 12 clean minutes and Boston had 14 clean minutes during the entire game.
Right.
That's crazy right there. But if you look at it, and I know we want to really pin the refs on the Boston side for this, but 48 minutes for Tampa, 46 minutes for Boston, it was pretty evenly spread out for all the fighting that went on and all the stuff that went on. Now, I'm not saying that some of these penalties called weren't bad penalties called in the first place, but hey, at least they evened it out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad Eddie's put the game on now because it's getting close to game start time.
Oh, yay.
And take off this crappy NASCAR because we don't want to see it.
You know, I just want to see NASCAR. I want to see them take a right one time. They just keep going left.
Yeah.
You know, take a right once.
How about that article? I don't know if you've seen it. Jay Feaster did a post on his Twitter page, and I quote, "How desperately have we needed this kind of grit the past 6+ seasons?
Yes.
Maroon, Coleman, Goodrow, Sergachev. Who knew? And the swagger of Shattenkirk. Bogo. What's different about the Lightning this year compared to the past 6 seasons? I've been back watching them.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, it's a refreshing change. And even at the end of the season last year, we were saying, guys, step it up. Fight. I mean, yeah, Tampa Bay was known as the nice guys. Tampa Bay was known as, oh, we're going to be as clean playing as possible. We're not going to fight. We're not going to make penalties that are going to save goals. And it came to bite us in the ass.
Yeah.
We have been begging for this, guys, for 6 years, and we're finally seeing the Lightning step up and be the aggressive team that they need to be, because you cannot be just a precision, awesome team against bullies.
Yeah.
You're going to lose games that way. And finally, we've decided, oh, no, we're not taking this anymore, and we're stepping up. Now, we had to adjust, of course. It was a little bit of a rough start. We had a lot of penalties in the beginning of the year. We took a lot of box time. It cost us a couple games, more than a couple. And until we got the good mix, I think that happened in Sweden, we got the good mix of aggressive with precision, and then it's been an uphill run from then.
Yeah. Well, I got an update here before
Ooh,
we get
love
into
updates.
the Lightning game. As you know, it's what I do.
Hey, Terry.
Curtis McElhenney will be in goal tonight officially.
All right. You know, because Vasi needs a break.
Every healthy player available is skating in the warm-ups, including McDonough, who's on the ice, Luke Shen, and Carter Verhaeghe's on the ice as well.
Carter and Luke are back.
We have...
I'll tell you what, that's bad for them because Verhaeghe, he's a big hitter too.
Well, I'm looking at the lines. We got Palat, Point, and Kucherov. That's nothing new. Coleman, Cirelli, Killorn. Verhaeghe, Goodrow, and Johnson. That's a little bit of a change.
That's an interesting change. That's going to be an interesting line to watch. Third line should be interesting to watch tonight.
That's
under the leadership of Johnson.
I do not see Mitchell Stevens.
That's unfortunate.
Because Verhaeghe's on his spot on that line with Goodrow and Johnson.
Yeah. But don't forget, I mean, these guys played a really, really rough, aggressive game last night.
They were resting him.
They may be tired. I mean, I'd be exhausted after that.
Okay,
debacle.
We got Maroon, Paquette, and Gord on the fourth line, which is normal. No change in that. So only the third line looks different here.
Yeah.
McDonough and Cernak are paired together. So that indicates to me that McDonough's going to play tonight.
Good.
So you got McDonough and Cernak. Sergachev is with Shattenkirk.
I love that. I love the Shattenkirk-Sergachev line.
No Coburn.
That's unfortunate.
I see Shen with Bogo.
Okay, so no Coburn and no Hedman.
Victor Hedman's not on the...
he's not on the lineup.
He's not on the warm-ups. This is not the lineup. This is the skating lines.
Okay, so... But that's unfortunate. I mean, but then again, and I don't want to jinx it, but we are playing the Red Wings. They're not as an aggressive team. They're not as a precision team. However, we have been bitten by this bug before.
Yes.
We play at the level of the team we're playing. That's one of the worst things we do. And it's bitten us before. It may bite us again. But again, if we lose tonight to the Red Wings, God bless the Red Wings, they need it. And then they've got Yzerman, and so it's, you know, they're in a rebuilding time, and they could use some good stuff. And hey, to beat the Lightning is a big boost in anyone's game. You know, I'm not going to cry tonight if we lose because we are doing so well, and we just do not want that President's Trophy.
Exactly.
No one in the history of the NHL has ever won the President's Trophy and won the Stanley Cup in the same year.
True facts.
So, hey, go Bruins. Take that trophy and run.
There you go. So, Steffens is not on the line 3. We also have a change on the D lines as McDonough is paired with his old buddy Cernak because that looks like it's going to be moving forward. They got that line back together. So McDonough with Cernak. Hedman, I see going back with Ruda when Ruda is activated when we get back on the home schedule, but right now we're on the road. Shattenkirk and Bogo. It was Coburn and Bogo. Now it's Shattenkirk and Bogo.
Okay.
So a little bit of changes there, but
I'm sorry, I blanked out. I'm watching the replay since I didn't get to see it. Watching some of these really incredible plays from last night's game. My goodness, just fantastic all the way around.
Yep. So we'll see. Again, these are just the practice lines, the warm-up lines. We're not sure about the opening lineup yet. We'll inform you as soon as we get that, if time allows us to.
Oh, I'm sure we got a little bit of time. We got 20 minutes. Yeah. Yay, to talk about fun stuff. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about this game last night. It was aggressive. There were a lot of fights. We have to also start thinking about injuries beyond Stamkos, because now look at who's possibly injured. We have Stamkos for sure. We have possible on Hedman. Nobody knows what's going on there. We're just getting back Shen. Just getting Verhage. Point
Well, those are
has
scratches, though.
there's been scratches, but Points has been tough from the beginning of the year. Kucherov had some injuries for a while. You've got a lot of your players that are not down, but hey,
We are closing in on
it's getting tough. 14 games.
almost 100 injuries on the season.
Yeah.
Last year we went over 100. This year we're closing in on 100.
Yeah. Which is typical, but it's just a bad time for all these injuries to really be coming about.
Yeah, unfortunately. But you know what? That's where, again, I love the depth of this team. And right now, people are asking me what's going to happen, with the D lines when McDonough comes back. Well, I just answered that. He's back with Cernak. So that answers that. Once Ruda comes back, he's going to go back with Hedman. They're going to go back to the formula.
Oh, yeah, and it's worked. It worked great.
You got to do that. So right now they're carrying 9 defensemen.
But not only is it great to have that formula, it's even better to know that when the formula has to be switched up, it's almost like it doesn't even affect us at all.
Yeah.
We have such a good depth and skill that these guys don't have to worry about playing with the same people over and over again, because they know everyone's going to follow the rules. They're going to be in the right position. These no-look passes, for the majority of the time, are going to work because of the skill and training that these guys do behind the scenes. That's a big deal.
Of course. And congratulations to Sergachev, because he's just been unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, that boy is amazing. Not only is he a great player, but he's a great fighter, too. God,
and Bogo, you got to love Bogo. He had
Bogo's saying he's fantastic.
A +2, 3 block shots in 22 minutes of ice time.
Yeah, that's a lot of time. I mean, that's exhausting. You think about it, that, they're just skating, but these guys are skating full speed, full blast. A normal period shift for them is between 30 seconds and a minute and a half. And so we can't forget earlier in the season when we had that overtime win at the last minute, and these guys were out for 3 minutes, and they're exhausted. They're thrown up at the bench. They can't stand because they gave it their all. And 3 minutes is a long time on the ice for anybody. And I give him credit for that.
And another thing about Sergachev is he recorded his career-high 10th goal with his first career shorthanded goal.
Good for him. Good for him.
There you go. That's facts and figures, baby.
Yes.
As only I do.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, it was just amazing, and I'm reading more about this game, and I can't wait to watch it, like I said.
Oh, it's great.
But it's just amazing to see that not only was it a aggressive game, but we just were relentless with the puck on the Bruins. From within the first minute, we never, ever slowed down. We never stopped. It wasn't one of those like we've normally seen before where we have a period of good, a period of bad, and maybe another period if we get lucky. These guys played 3 solid 20-minute periods and never slowed, never let up their aggressiveness, never let themselves get behind on anything. It was just amazing to see. Amazing.
And, of course, an update just got in that Victor Hedman is out of the lineup tonight. No further details about his injury, but he was injured in the first period last night.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. All right, we have a quick turnaround tonight. We'll be playing Detroit Red Wings. They had to not only play this aggressive game, all these fights, all this hard play, but then they immediately had to fly to Detroit. Detroit's always a tough crowd. We know that. And they don't have the best team right now, but they are rebuilding. They have a great coach. They have a great fan base. And it's tough to be a Lightning fan in Detroit. I'll tell you that.
It looks like I got another update. Looks like Hedman's going to be out for a couple of games. It is not considered long-term, whatever this injury is. So we're probably looking at day-to-day.
Yeah, they said he only played a total of 5 different shifts on Sunday night. And so something must have happened real early.
It did.
That put him out, and that's unfortunate.
But, along with the bad news comes the good news. Ryan McDonough is definitely in the lineup tonight. I got that confirmed.
Good.
His first game since February 6th when he suffered that lower body injury and missing 14 consecutive games.
Wow. Yeah, that's tough.
McDonough ranks second on the Lightning for average ice time at 20:40.
Wow.
And is one of the NHL's top penalty killers, averaging 3.17 shorthanded time on the ice, the 6th highest in the league among all skaters.
That's amazing.
Defenseman John Ruda, who hasn't played the last 15 games while he continues to recover from a lower body injury sustained on February 4th, is still going to be scheduled to return on the next home stand.
Wow.
Yeah, so he'll be back. On the next homestand.
There you go. Around the board, the Hurricanes beat the Penguins 6-2 today. That's a nice little slam. We, of course, play at 5 p.m. against the Red Wings. 7 o'clock tonight is the Golden Knights and the Flames. The Blues and the Blackhawks. And at 9 p.m. is the Wild and the Ducks. 10 p.m. is the Blue Jackets and the Canucks. And at 10 p.m. also is the Avalanche and the Sharks. So not a big effect on us at this point. Well, there's really not much of an effect on us anytime soon, since we're only 7 points back from first place, and we've pretty much locked in what we're going to do unless we just fall apart completely. We are definitely playoff bound,
yes,
and hopefully we'll be playoff bound and healthy. Oh, there's one of the fights. Gotta love it.
Chara and Maroon.
Chara and Maroon. You gotta love it. Maroon just pretty much slammed him to the ice like
Down goes the brick wall.
Like the little girl he is. That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? Pat Maroon takes on the gentle giant, and the gentle giant goes down.
I will say it's always tough to do this show when you have a Lightning game on. That's why we discussed it earlier to actually do the show at 4 instead of 7, because we are not only broadcasters for the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers, but we love the game so much. And when we're sitting here watching these things happen, it's hard to do the show at the same time as being so invested in the game that we're watching at the same time.
Absolutely. There's a lot going on here, and the announcers are Peckham's already on, and they're talking about the game tonight, and they need to put more screens on of the game.
Oh, they will. As it comes along, they're going to start getting them up our guys back, and things are good.
Turn off this crappy NASCAR.
That's all right. Yeah, left turn, crash kind of thing. And then somebody wins. I don't know.
So we're already seeing, no Coburn, McDonough and Cernak. I love that combination.
Yep.
You don't fix what doesn't need to be fixed.
Well, this is true. You gotta keep what's doing great, but you also have to prepare for the worst just in case.
Oh yeah, and that's where their depth is.
Yep.
We're allowed to carry more than the 23 players now because of the rosters expanding.
Yep.
So that's why we have 9 defensemen and 14 forwards right now.
That's right. All right, so let's talk about the division standings right now. Of course, the Bruins with 98 points are our first. We're second with 91 points. We were holding a solid sixth up until December, and now we're a solid second. The only team even close, the Maple Leafs, with 79 points, so they're 12 points behind us at this point. Panthers at 76 points, and that's after their win today. Canadiens 71, Sabres at 66, sitting in sixth place, with the Senators at 62, and the Red Wings, oh my gosh, have 37 points. You know what? I almost want them to win this game tonight. Give them a couple points and just go from there, but good gracious. The only other teams around the league that are even close, the Capitals and the Flyers, both have 89 points tied. Neither of them are with us at 91 points. And, of course, the Blues are sitting at 90 points. Again, not us. Avalanche at 88 points. And the next one, the Pacific Division, boy, they're really kicking. The Oilers and the Golden Knights both have 82 points. And that's all they got. And they're the top two teams in that league right there.
Absolutely.
Just what would happen if we ended up switching divisions? My goodness.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I know. Thank goodness.
But, we're getting ready to take care of the Red Wings. And, coming off the momentum of this, beating Boston, pretty much owning them, winning the series, very, very important. Psychologically, I know there was a lot of people talking about the psychological thing. You don't want to lose to the Bruins on the final game.
Right.
And we got the best of them, 3 out of 4. And even the one that we lost was questionable because of the crazy umps that don't know how to referee a hockey game.
True. Unfortunately.
Learn the offside rules, guys, and stop being so blind and deaf. That's why you're a ref. And
well, yes.
I'm just watching myself on my Lightning commercial again.
Oh, here we go. I hate to say I'm jealous, but I am jealous. It's the way it is. There you go, Joe. You're on TV again.
It's not my first time. The Lightning love me.
I know the Lightning. The Lightning love the back of you at least.
They need to pay me. They need to. No, the last time was the front of me.
This
time
is
it's
true.
the back of me.
This is true. They're getting all sides of you, Joe.
They need to just put me on their payroll.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So between now and our next broadcast, we're gonna have the Red Wings tonight, of course. We got the Maple Leafs on Tuesday, so we're up into Canada again. Canada.
Yep.
Oh, Canada. We take on the Flyers at home on Thursday, the 12th.
That's going to be brutal.
That'll be an interesting game. And then we play the Red Wings again at home on Saturday at 4 p.m.
We still have them 2 more times.
I know. It's interesting to watch. Devils will be at 5 p.m. on Sunday next week at the Lightning. So it'll be interesting to see how we're going to do the show. We may back it up a little bit early and do the 4 to 5 again. We'll let you guys know this week coming up because, again, we decided we don't want to do the show while we're actually watching a game because it's kind of tough. As you can see already now, we're distracted watching commercials for the show and watching the pre-game stuff. So it's always hard. So we're going to try to get these games to you a little bit earlier, or the shows to you a little bit earlier before the games, if we can, so we can all enjoy both the Thunderstrikers and the Lightning games at the same time.
Absolutely. And, it just doesn't make any sense for us to do, this show with the game on, and it's just a distraction. So it was a good decision, and, I don't mind it. I don't mind doing it earlier. And either way, I'm staying for the watch party. So,
oh, yeah.
I got to be here
because the game's on.
I got to sell tickets, too.
Well, the game's on, too.
Yeah.
And, it looks like I'll be at the game on Thursday, but not on Sunday. Oh, darn. Or Saturday. Oh, poo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
But, hey. All right, we're running about 5 minutes to go in the hour. We may end up cutting a little bit early tonight because we got so many things prepping for this watch party with the game coming up and all this excitement starting to build. Joe, you got any final thoughts here?
Well, I'm ready for a victory tonight.
Yes.
I love this team. I love covering this team as a Lightning correspondent and writer. It never gets old for me. Keep an eye out for my posts, as if you don't already, because there's so many of them every day.
Oh, yeah.
As news gets in, I post it, and, I want you guys to make sure you get educated on what's going on behind the scenes that you normally wouldn't be able to get or know. So, just keep an eye on my wall. I may stick in a a Thunderstrikers live show in the middle of the week. Just because I hate waiting till Sundays to do the show. So I've been thinking about that. So I've got a lot of things going on. Lots of things going on. And, it's all Lightning related as always.
But you don't have me on Sundays. Unless the sport occurs on Sundays. You don't have me on these other days when you're doing your show and giving your information. That's a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
But just remember, unfortunately, you don't have me.
I don't know how I lasted 5 years.
I have no idea how you made it 5 years.
How did I do 5 years?
My goodness, Joe, my goodness.
3 different producers, now a 4th.
Now the best. They say if first you don't succeed, pack your stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
Keep on getting them.
That's right. Keep going till you find the right one, which you find the right one.
Everything, so
that's right. Just like a marriage, Joe. Just like a marriage.
I wouldn't know.
One day you'll find the right one.
I really would not know.
Stop touching your phone, Joe. Love you to death. All right, so my final thoughts are this. I'll tell you what. This was a rough start to the year. It really was. Last season was just easy to watch games. You knew you'd win them. You knew it was going to be a great day every time we played. And that actually turned into some heartbreak for us at the end of the year, which is the worst time to get the heartbreak. This year, we're actually having to work for our wins. We started slow. We had to make some adjustments. We had to make some changes. We had to learn from our mistakes. We had to become more aggressive. But the good part is under Cooper's leadership and under JBB's great ideas to bring in some good players, we have done exactly that. And it's fantastic to see a team that was already so good get so much better and so much more solid overall than they were last year. And that makes me proud to be a Lightning fan. I'll always be a Lightning fan. I'm glad that we're watching a team that is still young in many ways, but is so talented and so wonderful as working together. And Valerie, good to see you'll be at the game on Thursday. Look for me. I don't know where I'll be, but the Bruins fans that think that the Leafs are going to sweep us, I doubt that's going to happen.
Oh, come on.
But then again, the Bruins fans think a lot of things. They all thought they were going to win last night, too, when they didn't.
Yeah, we've taken, 3 out of 4, so Bruin fans have nothing to say.
That's right. So those are my final thoughts. Joe, looking forward to the watch party tonight, starting in just a couple minutes. Looking forward to the game, starting in just a couple minutes. And go Bolts, right?
Absolutely. You just keep an eye on my feed. I'm going to post the lineups here momentarily for tonight's game. And have a good week, everybody. And don't be surprised if you see my show coming up one of these nights this week.
There you go. Folks, we're the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers coming live from Eddie's Bar and Grill in beautiful Dunedin, Florida. Have a great week, and we look forward to seeing you soon. And go Bolts.
Go Bolts, baby. Good night from Eddie's Bar and Grill in Dunedin. Go Bolts.
Go Bolts.